This webinar is all about introducing you to our Pearson Edexcel Ready course. So a quick overview of what I'll be taking you through today. I'll be taking you through the key features of the course itself, how the different modules within the course work, what kind of information and content is within each module, the level of teaching support available, the different interactives that you as teachers and colleagues will be able to take. And the brilliant thing about this course is that it's on the go, so you can take it at any time, anywhere, any place, and you'll be able to take this course. The mix and match aspect of it and the self-study aspect of it is absolutely fantastic because it gives you the flexibility to be able to take the modules that you need to take when you need to take them at a pace that suits you. I'll also be giving you a quick look at the course itself and show you how easy it is to access and ways you can access the course, and then additional support that we give with this course. So moving on to the overview, what we've created this course for, it's to provide teachers who are moving, or schools who are moving from a local curriculum to Pearson, to a Pearson international curriculum, whether that's our international primary and international lower secondary curriculum or our international GCSEs and international A-levels. We just give that additional bit of support with you transitioning from your local curriculum to an international curriculum, but also give you some teaching tips, teaching guidance and strategies to use in a classroom that you can embed straight away. So, quick overview of what the course is and how it all works. So we have teaching support, and it provides teachers with lots of tips and guidance when it comes to teaching an international curricula. There's lots of interactive activities built in, both online and offline. So you can print off some of the downloadable assets and use them with colleagues in your classrooms. It also enables you to kind of continuously keep in contact and engaged with the course material as well. The course is mobile, tablet, computer and laptop compatible, which means you can take the course anywhere at any time, allowing you to kind of really take the course on the go as such. There are 8 modules to choose from, so you can mix and match whatever module you want to do at any one point to be able to kind of suit your needs in terms of what your learning development goals are at the moment, what you'd like to learn more about, how additional support that you might need. The course is self-study, so it's set at a pace for you. So you can choose to take the course fully within 1 hour. You can take, I don't recommend it, that's a lot of content to get through. If you have 5 minutes, if you have 5 hours, you can plan your learning as you go through. And then one of the biggest things for me when I was looking at creating this course was making sure that it was kind of easily accessible for teachers to access. So those of you with Edexcel Online accounts, you can easily access this course already. You don't have to set up another set of credentials. You just use exactly the same credentials through the platform, and it gives you access. If you don't have an EOL account, then please do sign up very quickly, very easily, and it's free. And you can create an account which will then give you those credentials to access further modules. I can see 2 people have their hands up. If you could pop your hands down, and if you've got questions, pop them in the Q&A, and I will absolutely definitely get through to them. As I mentioned, I will get to the questions at the very end of the course, of the webinar, sorry. Oh, if you're experiencing any technical difficulties, please leave and rejoin. And it might be that some of your audio settings are slightly wonky, but please do leave and then rejoin. I will readmit you. So yeah, for any other questions, please do pop them in the Q&A. I'll get to them as and when I can. It might be I wait whilst kind of I move on to different pieces of information. If you do have any technical difficulties, though, please leave and rejoin. That usually supports and helps. So now let's have a quick look at all of the modules available to you. So we have 6 core modules, and these kind of take you through from kind of start to finish for the entire course. So you can take them in order, you can mix and match, you can move them around as you want. So the introductory module, Welcome to Pearson, provides information on why schools should choose a British curriculum, the benefits it offers, and the subjects and qualifications that are on offer at Pearson as well. We give detail around the iProgress offering, so that consistent approach to teaching and learning from iPrimary all the way through up to international A-level. We also give additional information around courseware, professional development, additional support from our subject advisors, support in terms of schemes of work for teaching and learning, and then we have our services such as Exam Wizard and Results Plus, and access to scripts that are also mentioned within that course as well. So it provides you with all of the information that you need to get going and understanding how Pearson can help and support you. We've also given you within that module a few different models of how schools have adopted and implemented our qualifications within their schools to provide at a glance how implementing an international curricula can be achieved. And then we move on to module 2, 3, and 4. They are looking at the curricula in a little bit more detail at a specific stage. So module 2, we look at international early years. So this is all around our courseware and curriculum for English, Maths, and the world around us at our early years offering. iPrimary and iLower Secondary, Module 3, we have a 3A and a 3B, and it goes into detail around how you can use the curriculum and supporting resources together, but how you can also use them separately if needed. And then for our international GCSE and international A-level at Module 4, this is exactly the same as Modules 2 and 3. We look at the qualification, we look at the resources to support, and we show you how to bring them all together to create an effective classroom. Module 5 looks at how teachers can develop their own and their students' English language skills. It's not necessarily subject specific in terms of how to teach science and English. It's very much kind of bit more broader than that, and we'll give you guidance on kind of some of the things that you can use as teachers in your classroom kind of straight after this call. So absolutely do go and have a look at that one if you want just kind of that generic pedagogical overview of teaching in English. And then module 6, we are obviously an exam board, and so a self-study course like this would not be complete without kind of a module around how we can really support with assessments and what kind of they look like at each stage, and how you can support your students during revision and exam season. So they're the 6 core modules. We do have 2 additional modules as well. So we have Pearson Edexcel Ready, teaching using Pearson International Primary Science, and then teaching using Pearson Power Maths. So these modules look at how to effectively teach science or maths using our International Primary Science resources or our Power Maths resources. All of the modules that I've mentioned all end with an action plan, which means it gives you the opportunity to fill in an action plan based on your learning from that particular module. There's 3 columns to an action plan. There's a what, there's a who, and a when. Your what is your action. What have you learned? What would you like to take away? What would you like to implement? By writing that down, you have a clear, specific goal that you want to achieve. Who, whether it's an individual action or whether it's a group of colleagues or a whole school action, and then when is your when will I achieve this by date, or when would I like to complete this by. This holds you to accountable, meaning that you end up putting into practice what you've learned. So it's It's an absolutely fantastic resource, and all of the Pearson professional development, particularly for iPrimary and iLower Secondary, has action plans attached to them. And so it just means that you're embedding your knowledge as you go along. So we all know that planning and teaching are areas teachers are always looking for more support on. And so within the course, we provide so many samples, which are also readily available on the website. So if you haven't subscribed to a particular courseware, textbook, or digital subscription, we've provided you with the samples within the course that are also readily available on the website, so not to disadvantage you in your learning when going through this course. So these samples showcase how each component of the curriculum can be used effectively together. For example, on screen now, we have our iLower Secondary English example. We showcase our Active Learning Digital Service, which is our platform for all of our secondary resources. And then we also show you and give you the lesson plan for a particular lesson. We also then give you the sample courseware pages. As you can see at the very top of the tablet screen, it's the workbook sample for Year 7. So we give you the lesson plan and then the courseware, and then we also give you any assessment opportunities, which then shows you the holistic approach to all of our qualifications and all of our curriculum, regardless of what level you're teaching at. Right, moving on to some more interactivities that we've got throughout the course, and you can see some pictures online on the screen as well. So included in the course are both in-course and in-classroom activities to engage you as teachers with the content, no matter if you're logged into the course or not. For example, we have the quizzes. These are dotted throughout. They give a quick test of knowledge, and there are many different types of activities within those quizzes. So we have kind of a test your knowledge, a big quiz kind of at the end of module 1. But then throughout the other modules, we have kind of smaller, more embedded, quick test your knowledge, which kind of just gives you that kind of reassurance that kind of you are understanding, you are getting it, and it means that you are engaging with the content as well. So the next kind of type of activity that you can see on screen are our kind of markers on images, clicking on the images. And so there's an image on the screen, lots of different markers, and you click around that image by clicking on the markers, and it will give you some information particularly relevant to the particular area that picture, that image is sat on within the course. We then have kind of accordions, tabs, scenarios that you have to click through. It just gives the content more life. So you are engaging with the content, you're having to work through it to get to the next piece of content as such. And then we finally have downloadable assets that you can work with your peers or by yourselves to complete. As I mentioned before, they're the action plans, but we've also got some other downloadable assets for you that you can work with. So one of the biggest things that I made sure this course was able to do was be on the go. So it basically means anytime, anywhere. All you will need if you want to access the course is an internet connection or 3G, 4G, 5G to connect, and it works. So meaning you can kind of take this course wherever, whenever, however. So you can take it on a bus, in the classroom, in the staff room, at home. This course is designed to be accessible on all devices as well. So there is no disadvantage to only having a desktop computer versus only being able to access it via a phone. It is accessible kind of everywhere on any device. The brilliant thing about kind of the platform that we're using for these courses is that it picks up where you left off. So if you get halfway through a module and you need to go and teach a class, or your bus has arrived and you need to get off the bus, what it allows you to do is it will save your progress. It will save where at the last activity that you completed. So then when you log back in a few hours later, a few days later, maybe a month later, hopefully not, you'll be taken right back to where you left off. Obviously, you can go back and start again, not a problem. But it just enables that continuous learning rather than having to go back to the beginning each time you log out. There's also no time limit to complete this course, nor will the access run out. So you as teachers can sign up now. You can complete one module every month for the next 8 months and then start over again. Or you can do 3 modules over the next 3 weeks and then leave it for 6 months and then come back to it. So we've given you kind of continuous access because we believe that continuous access is continuous education, continuous professional development. And so we're really there to make sure that this course supports you at any point, any time in your teaching career. I'm just going to stop quickly for a sip of water and just quickly check the QA because we've got 4 people with their hands up. If you've got a question, please do pop it in the Q&A chat and I will absolutely get to it at the end of the session. There doesn't look like there's anything yet. If you've got your hands up, I'm assuming it's just a legacy hand and you don't need any support or have any questions. But please do pop any questions you have in the Q&A and I will absolutely get to them at the end of the webinar. So on to the next brilliant thing about the course. It's mix and match, which means it's incredibly flexible. So you as an individual or your school can pick and choose the right modules for you to be taken at a specific time of the year according to your needs. So it means that you get the learning that you need to get at that very particular moment in time. You're not having to wait months for specific set dates for professional development. You can take it at any point and any time during the years that suits you. So we've got the 8 modules. You don't have to take them in order at all. You can mix and match, you can move them around. I would recommend starting with the first one anyway, but after that, you're free to use them as you wish. You don't have to take all 8 modules in one go either. You don't have to take all 8. You can take 3, 4, 1. Obviously, to get kind of an overview or a well-rounded view, absolutely take all 8. And this kind of harks back to we don't have a time limit. So if you don't need to take modules 3 and 4 for 9 months, you don't have to, but the access is still there for you then to go back and be able to take them. The course works really well as an individual course. Obviously, it's on the go. You can use it on any device necessary. But if your school would like you to take this as a whole school approach, it absolutely can be used as a whole school program. You would simply assign the modules to teachers, and then when there's activities within the modules or the downloadable assets that you can use offline, then that's where you would kind of join up as colleagues and work together to complete those activities. So again, it's really flexible in terms of how your school or how you as teachers want to structure how you take the course. I keep going on about self-paced and flexibility, but that's one of the nicest things about kind of a self-study course. You have the flexibility to complete the course at your own pace in your own time frame, unless it has been governed by your school. We know not everyone learns at the same pace, and you might want to revisit something within one of the modules a few times before you move on to really make sure kind of your knowledge and understanding is there. This allows you to fit this learning that might be prescribed by your school or something that you've kind of taken the initiative to take on yourself. It allows you to fit it into your busy work and your busy life schedules as well. So it really gives you that opportunity to learn as and when you need to at a pace that really does suit you. So then how do you access it? It is super quick and super easy. And as I mentioned at the very beginning, anyone that has an EOL account or an Edexcel online account, you can use your already existing credentials. So there's no extra set of sign-in details needed. And that was one of probably the biggest things that I thought about when creating this course. You've you're an Edexcel school, you have an Edexcel online account. I wasn't about to make you create new credentials for another service that we have. So I wanted to make sure that we can give support to teachers that are with us already as Edexcel centres with no extra additional kind of requirements on top of that. However, if you don't have an EOL account, that's absolutely fine. You can easily and quickly create one. And these credentials, you'll be able to log in and enroll on many of the other courses that I'm working on that will be available on the Pearson Professional Development platform over the next year or so. Once you have signed up and signed in and enrolled, you can then see all of the courses that you have enrolled onto on your dashboard. And you can also see where you are with them. And I will give you a brief demonstration of how to access the platform and kind of how to enroll on courses, and then give you a little bit of an overview of what the platform looks like. And I'll be able to show you my dashboard as well. So a few stats for you that you might like to know. In terms of kind of learning hours, there's around 18 hours of content to work through online and offline, meaning it's a substantial amount of CPD hours for teachers, especially when we know we don't have a lot of time. And so the self-study aspect of this, learning at your own pace, fitting it in where you need to, you will quickly rack up those 18 hours of content without realizing it. And so the whole course, all eight modules are around 18 hours of content. There are 10 certificates up for grabs. 8 of those are downloadable from the outset. No, sorry, 9. Yes, 9, because we have a 3A and a 3B. 9 of those are downloadable from the platform at the point of course completion. There is no waiting for anyone to raise your certificates. You can download them as soon as you've completed the course. You will also receive kind of an overall course certificate. If you have then taken all 9 modules, that's simply a kind of an email to me with confirmation that you've done it. And then I will raise your final big certificate as such. And then we also have digital badges. So I don't know if any of you are familiar with our Credly digital badging, but we have digital badges available for all 9 of these modules as well, plus an overarching 1 too. So I will receive reports at the end of each month to see who's enrolled on the courses, who's completed them, and then it will trigger the digital badge to be raised for you. So you've got the certificate, the soft copy certificate that you can print off, keep in your portfolio, and then you have the digital badge, which you can put on your CVs, you can put on LinkedIn, Facebook, however you want to market your learning. And then access and support. So how can you access this course? I keep going on about it. I keep saying how brilliant it is, but how can you get onto it? How can you see it? How can you interact with it? So they're all available on the Pearson PD Academy. All 9 are available to kind of log into now. All you need to do is visit the PD Academy, simply Google Pearson PD Academy, or make a note of the website link on screen now. And all you need to do is, in the search box, type in Pearson Edexcel Ready, then it will give you filters, then the 3 filters. I'll also show you, I'll give you a quick demonstration of how you can find it. And you select self-paced learning, self-paced in the learning method filter, and it will bring up all of these lovely kind of cards for you. And that will take you straight through to the course to enroll onto. If when you've enrolled and you are having some technical issues or access issues, we do have a support portal available. So all you will need to do is go onto that support portal, log your issue, and we will this will enable us to track if there are any kind of trends and issues, or if there is a technical issue that we really do need to address straight away, because many people have mentioned it, and it allows us to make improvements where we need to. So we do have the Pearson support portal, and we do get back to any kind of issue as soon as possible. So if you are having or experiencing any issues when accessing the course, or when you're within the course itself, please do get in touch, because it means that we can improve and make things better. And that is it. Thank you so much for listening to me speak for around half an hour. I really do appreciate it. I will double check the Q&A box, but I don't think there is anything. Don't think anyone has mentioned. Oh, no, we have a few questions. So, with the launch of Pearson Edexcel Ready, will there be any changes to ActiveLearn? Is there a significant difference between the materials in ActiveLearn and Pearson Edexcel Ready? They are separate platforms, so there is absolutely no changes to ActiveLearn whatsoever. ActiveLearn hosts all of our international curriculum. So if we're looking at primary, it's ActiveLearn Primary. So that's where our iPrimary and iLower Secondary curriculum documents are all stored, all of the lesson planning, schemes of work, and all of the textbooks, all of the additional courseware that you can access digitally. For our active learning digital service, again, it doesn't change a thing. It again, just like ActiveLearn Primary, ActiveLearn Digital Service hosts all of our iLower Secondary and all of the international GCSE and international A-level resources too. So what Pearson Edexcel Ready does is it brings kind of the materials from those platforms and shows you how to use them in a classroom effectively. Particularly if you're taking modules 2, 3A, 3B and 4, which is the early years, the iPrimary, iLower Secondary and international GCSE and international A-level. What they don't do is the platforms don't talk to each other, so you can't access one through the other. What we've done is we've just made the learning materials that you have access to from ActiveLearn and on either ActiveLearn platform, and we've just given you in context how you would use it. Do you have a sample of how whole school module looks like? Also, what is the general content or info we will gain from the activities and modules itself? If, say, I'm a biology teacher, what will I get from the modules? So it's not then the modules are not subject specific. Otherwise, the course would be absolutely huge. What we've done is we've given you kind of broader top level kind of information, and we've given examples of things. So within the international GCSE module, as you mentioned, international GCSE, we have information on where kind of what activities you can do from the specification, how you can use the resources plus a specification to teach effectively in a classroom. And we give you kind of activities around kind of broader teaching pedagogy. So whilst it's not subject specific, if I could do subject specific, we'd have what, almost 70 international GCSE modules. Unfortunately, we can't do that because that is just far too many. So we've given you kind of the kind of a broader look at international GCSE, particularly in module 4, as to how it all works together. Okay. Oh, brilliant question, Dina. Is it a free professional development? It is, absolutely. And that was probably one of the things that I should have mentioned at the very, very beginning. It is completely free. Absolutely completely free. You don't need to pay to sign up. You don't need to pay to take the course. You don't need to pay for the certificate. Completely free. Absolutely. I think they were the three last questions. Is it free? Absolutely, absolutely free. And please do share widely. I should have mentioned this to begin with. But you'll see on the PD Academy when I show you shortly, it says free as well. So what I will do now is I'll stop sharing my screen and I will show you how you can access. I'll still keep an eye on the Q&A box though. So if anyone has any other questions, please do let me know. So just going to open Google and reshare my screen. So here's Google. We all know Google. So simply type in Pearson PD Academy. It hopefully is always the first one that comes up for you. And what I usually do, I always suggest if you're an international school or if you're based internationally, absolutely always click on primary or secondary international to get started. So let's click on secondary international. I'll also tick primary international as well. Search Pearson Edexcel Ready. You can see all of the other courses that we've got available, so absolutely do go and check it out. And then click self-paced in the learning method. And it comes up with all of them. And as you can see, it's got this lovely pink banner that says free, because they're all free. So, and they're all available. As you can see, they were available from April. We wanted to get them out, wanted to see kind of, I wanted to make sure that it all worked first before launching for you all. So let's have a look at the Welcome to module, which is this one. So it gives you a bit of information about the course itself. You register, sign in. And because I'm already logged in, I logged into Edexcel Online earlier this morning, which is brilliant for me because it means I don't have to enter any of my credentials, but you can see how quickly it takes you from that initial finding of the course, bypassing sign in because I've got my Edexcel Online account. If you have to create a account, it will ask you to here at this point. Before you continue, before you enroll, it will give you kind of a sign in or a register page. Simply enter your email address, create a password, create account, verify your account, and then come back, and it will kind of bring up this page then for you. So then all we need to do is continue. And this is my dashboard. So it will come up with all of the courses that I'm currently enrolled onto. As I look at all of these courses, my dashboard is large at the moment. It hopefully will be getting bigger with the more courses we do. But as you can see, I have enrolled on pretty much all of the Pearson Edexcel Ready courses. And you can see that I have completed some of them, I'm in progress with some of them, and so anything that you can see with a view course means I've not started. I've enrolled, but I've not started the course. Anything that says resume means I've started, and I will pick up exactly where I left off. And then anything with this button, view my Pearson Edexcel Ready, welcome to Pearson certificate, and it will have the congratulations, your certificate is ready, means I've completed the course completely. So let's go into Pearson Edexcel Ready, welcome to Pearson. So this will most likely take me, yes, to the very end because I have completed the course. Again, takes you back, right back where you left off. So I'm just going to quit previous. So when you click on a course, it will bring you to this page, and it's the launch course page. So we have some information about course navigation. The previous and next buttons are not brilliant in this platform, unfortunately. However, we use a absolutely fantastic course builder, and so we are able to create a better user experience within the course itself. So all you need to do is press full screen and it will bring up the course. And as you can see, I've completed all of these already. And again, it's picked me up on this point here, which is where I left off. Can I just check if everyone can see the Pearson Edexcel Ready, welcome to Pearson with International GCSE at the top? If someone can give me a hands up or something. Yes, okay, perfect. I've got a thumbs up. Thank you so much, Daniel. I really appreciate that. So when you're in this course, you can absolutely navigate within it. And so go straight back to the beginning, and I can give you a quick overview of what the course does look like. So it's very interactive. I said lots of interactives to kind of work through. Even if it's just text, it kind of does appear quite nicely. And each section has its own kind of navigation at the left-hand side. And so here's one of the interactive maps that we have, or interactive images that ends up being a map. So clicking through the content to learn more. We just give you lots of information in this module around kind of why a British curriculum is extremely beneficial, and why you should choose to work with Pearson for that. I'm just going to nip to the quick quiz. Oh, there we go. I got 100%. So if you take the quiz, you can absolutely take again. And this is kind of what the quiz looks like. So you would type your answer here and you would submit it. I'm not going to, but there we go. With the course itself, you usually do have to take the previous material or a portion of the previous material to move on. It just means that you're getting a well-rounded overview of the course material. So I mentioned action plans. This is what an action plan looks like, or this is kind of what we offer you. So this is a downloadable asset that you can then take away, complete, and work with colleagues or work by yourself. So that's kind of what the course looks like inside. I'm not going to do too much more demoing of it because you've seen a bit of it. I don't want to give too much away here. I want you to go and experience it for yourselves. I want you to go and have a look, have a play with it. And so once you have completed the course, you then click next. It will take you to a feedback survey. Please do fill it in because it means that I can get more information on what you want to see next, what more information, what more professional development you want. Please do be as honest and open as possible. I welcome that. And then once you've completed the course, once you've completed the survey, you simply tick this checkbox, click submit, and the platform will register that you've completed that course. And then to access your certificate, you simply go back to, we've given you a bit of information as to how to do it here, how to access your course. So you scroll all the way up to your login dashboard, and you will then be able to click on view your certificate. This one has really old branding in it. So I'm just going to show you this one, which was a different course that we have available. And this one will show kind of the